Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. Today this is something really odd and random, but the virus, the lockdown virus, the lockdown for the virus, as we should call it, has made me very bored. And when I get very bored, I like to do random shit like this. And this is what I've done. So I decided to do a guide to the Tapped Out Awards. Now, if anyone doesn't know, the Tapped Out Awards is an annual award ceremony that me and a couple of other YouTubers do. We first started in 2016 with me, Ted, Lorcan, and Nuclear Videos HD. And since then, obviously, we've lost a few judges. Like, we obviously lost Nuclear Videos HD as a judge because he's quit the game. But we've remained, me, Ted, and Lorcan at least, have remained to continue the award ceremony. Now today I just wanted to do a quick list. Now one of our awards was actually, one of our award parts is actually missing. It was from the DT's channel, but because he also stopped Tapped Out, he deleted a lot of his Tapped Out videos, and one of them unfortunately was one of our awards parts. It's fine though, because I still have the results, so it doesn't matter too much. So I decided to make this list. Now this list will be available in the Discord server. I'm going to make a brand new channel called the Tapped Out Awards. This PDF will be at the top of the, be pinned so all you guys can see. It's a really cool guide that I've just made, and like I said, I made it because I was bored. But I thought I'd just show it to you guys real quick. So, I say real quick, I'll probably be here a while. So yeah, Tapped Out Award list of results and winners. The key here is winner will be in green and runner-up will be in this blue. So first of all, we have the best event. This ran from 2016 to 2017. Now it since has been discontinued because of course we split this event up into best major event and best mini event, and also best minor event eventually in 2019. So of course we had the Wild West winner who won with 38.7%. Then in 2017, that was presented by, of course, by Nuclear Videos HD. In 2017, also presented by Nuclear Videos HD, the Destination Springfield won with 32%. Then we had Worst Event. This has also been discontinued. It ran from 2016 to 2017. Similar reason, obviously, for this one. But this was discontinued because the Worst Event was, the Worst Mini Event was created. We actually created a separate award. And then the best major event kind of covered all the other major events, so we didn't really need a worst major event category. So this was presented by Nuclear Videos HD, the first one anyway, in 2016, and of course it went to the world's largest redwood with 33.3%. And then in 2017 it was also presented by Nuclear Videos HD, and it went to the Winter 2016 event with 26.2% of the vote. Then we have the best episode tie-in. That ran from 2016 all the way to 2018. This has also been discontinued. The reason for it is because the episode tie-ins kind of ceased to be added to the game after 2018, so there's obviously a good reason there. In 2016 it was presented by Ted, and the winner was season premiere Monty Burns' Fleeing Circus with 52.9%. Then in 2017 it was presented by Ted again, and it went to the Great Fatsby with 39%. Then in 2018 it was presented by Def Button, and it went to the Treehouse of Horror XXIX with 48% of the vote. That's the Xylem character that was added. Then the best major event. This is of course ran from 2018, and it's going to be probably a category for a while because obviously major events, we always have major events, so it's a continuing category. And of course this was presented in 2018 by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to the Itchy and Scratchy Land update with 25.3% of the vote. Then in 2019 it was presented by Ted 2001, and it went to the Treehouse of Horror 30, which is XXX, with 29.2% of the vote. Then we have Best Mini Event. This is similar to, of course, Best Major Event. We kind of split them up. This course runs from 2018 all the way to present day. This is still a valid category. It will be the next year's awards, or this year's awards, I should say. Of course, 2018 it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and the winner was Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 3 with 37.3% of the vote. In 2019, it was presented by Ted 2001, and it went to Flanders Family Reunion with 23.1% of the vote. Then we had Worst Mini Event in 2018. This has since been discontinued. The reason for that, of course, is the Best Mini Event award was further split into Best Mini Event. So not only do we have Best Mini Event, we have also Best Minor Event. Yeah, so it's split into both Best Mini Event and Best Minor Event. The judges of 2019, so me, Lorcan, Ted, and I guess Steph won. We decided that Worst Mini Event was kind of unnecessary, as all the events were covered in Best Minor Event and Best Mini Event categories. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Me, Lorcan, and Ted decided that in 2019. So the first one was in 2018 for Worst Mini Event, and the only one actually. We only ran this award 1 year, and that was 2018, and of course it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to The Buck Stops Here with 30.7% of the vote. Then, obviously, that was discontinued, so then we have Best Minor Event, which ran from 2019. It's going to run next year as well, so don't worry, but of course there's only been one so far. And that went to, it was presented by Ted 2001, and it went to Black Friday 2019 with 47.7% of the vote. Then we have Best Character. So this award ran all the way since 2016. It's never changed. The only difference is it was originally called Best Playable Character, but now we've just simplified it to Best Character. It was originally presented by Nuclear Videos HD, and the first winner was Def with 39.9% of the vote. The next year in 2017, it was presented by myself, and I gave it to, well, I didn't give it to, you guys voted for Bleeding Gums Murphy, and he got 34.9%. The next year, it was also presented by me in 2018, and it went to Jesus Christ with 33.3% of the vote, and then in 2019, it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and the winner was God with 64.6%, the largest kind of margin that a character has won. Then we have Worst Character, aka Worst Playable Character. It was originally called that for a bit. This, of course, has run from 2016 to present. It's been since 2016, and this little equal sign annoys me. It should have been a hash. It should have been a dash. In 2016, it was actually presented by myself, and it went to Luke Stetson with 28.3% of the vote. In 2017, it was presented by myself again, and it went to the Tourist bundle, the Tourist characters, the bundle, and they, of course, won it with 43.6%. The next year, it was also presented by me, and it went to Hot Flash with 24% of the vote. And in 2019, it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to Dash Dingo with 26.2% of the vote. Then we have Best NPC. This is still running, but there is a chance it won't run next year. So I've put present for now, but if obviously if there isn't any NPCs added this year in 2020, then of course this award will be discontinued, unfortunately. Although I really do love presenting this award because I've presented every single one. So 2016, of course, presented by me. It went to Big Claw with 34.1% of the vote. In 2017, it went to Burns Dragon, and it got 36.6% of the vote. In 2018, it went to the Justice Agent, and he got 24% of the vote. And in 2019, of course, there was only one contender, and that was Snowball 1. So, of course, Snowball 1 got 100% of the votes. Then we have Worst NPC. This has been discontinued. The reason why it's been discontinued is, of course, because NPCs kind of became rare as of 2019. And as such, a Worst NPC award was unnecessary at this point. So in 2016, it was presented by myself, and it went to the Drone with 38.4% of the vote. In 2017, it was presented by Ted 2001, and it went to the Plague Rats with 45.9% of the vote. In 2018, it was presented by Ted again, and it went to the Crook with 17.3% of the vote. And then we have Best Costumes. So that was it. So it ran from 2016 to 2018. Now it's been discontinued. With Best Costumes, they've ran since 2016 and they still are running. So in 2016, it was presented by Ted, and it went to Werewolf Flanders with 38% of the vote. In 2017, it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to Hellfish Abe with 29.1% of the vote. In 2018, it was presented by Death Button, and it went to Iron Lung with 21.3% of the vote. In 2019, it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to General Splatten with 32.3% of the vote. Then we have worst costume. This has also been discontinued. Of the reason being is, of course, as of 2019, costumes became less occurring content in the game. Thus, the worst costume award seemed unnecessary, as all the other costumes are covered in best costume. So obviously in 2016 it was presented by Ted, and it went to Treehugger Lisa with 40.6% of the vote. In 2017 it was presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to the Squeaky Voice Peasant with 26.7% of the vote. And in 2018 it was presented by Def Button, and the award went to Undercover Hoover with 28% of the vote. Then we have Best Building. This was presented in 2016 by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to the Retro Lard Lad with 50.7% of the vote. In 2017 it was presented by DTF128, and it went to the Springfield Airport with 30.8% of the vote. And 2018 the Best Building Award, of course this is obviously ran from present. It's been always running. But yeah, Ted presented it in 2018, and it went to the Water Baron Burns Mansion with 30.7% of the vote. And in 2019, I presented it for the very first time, and it went to the Blocko Land with 32.3% of the vote. And then we have Worst Building. Of course, this one has continued to run forever, since 2016. And this was originally presented by Lorcan the Hedgehog, and it went to Cletus's Dice Den with 42% of the vote. In 2017, it was presented by DTF128, or Dylan Fury as he's known, and it went to the Ball Pit with 33.1% of the vote. In 2018, it was presented by Ted2001, and it went to the Junk Base with 24% of the vote. And in 2019, it was presented by myself, and it went to the CBGB with 21.5% of the vote. Also, the E4 Convention Center also got 21.5% of the vote, but there was a tie. The tie was broken by the judges, and the award was awarded to the CBGB. So I thought, obviously, I've kind of broken down all the different awards and all the different percentages here, but I just wanted to have a quick list going through the list of the winners. So I've said Wild West for the best event, Destination Springfield for best event, World's Largest Redwood for worst event, Winter 2016 for worst event, the season premiere Monty Burns Fleeing Circus for best episode tie-in, The Great Fatsby best episode tie-in, Treehouse of Horror Thingy best episode tie-in, Itchy and Scratchy Land best major event, Treehouse of Horror 30 best major event, Who Shot Mr. Burns Part 3 best mini event, Flanders Family Reunion best mini event, The Book Stops Here worst mini event, Black Friday 2019 best minor event, and then you have Death for best character, Bleeding Gums Murphy, Jesus Christ and God for all for best character, Luke Stetson, The Tourists, Hot Flash and Dash Dingo all for worst character, Big Claw, Burns Dragon, Justice Asian and Snowball 1 all for best NPC, Drone, Plague, Rat, Crook all for worst NPC, Werewolf Flanders, Hellfish Abe, Iron Lung and General Splatten all for best costume, Treehugger Lisa, Squeaky Voice Peasant, Undercover Hoover all for worst costume. And then we have the buildings, so Retro Lard Lad, Springfield Airport, Water Baron Burns Mansion and Blocko Land, obviously all for worst building, best building I should say. And then we have Cletus's Dice Den, Ball Pit, Junk Base and CBGB all for worst building. So that is it for the content on all the different winners. So there's a big list here of all the winners. Like I said, this PDF will be in the Discord server for you guys to look at. I just wanted a kind of a file that has all the different percentages, so I don't have to keep looking at videos and keep looking at kind of things. Like I said, I was very bored. And just real quick, I just kind of listed all the judges because it's kind of interesting. So the judges, obviously the people who select the nominees. That's what the judges are. Technically, when there's a video, that's the host. So a judge is someone who obviously does the nominees. That's the thing that you guys vote for. Obviously with characters we have to narrow it down, so the judges just kind of narrow the characters down and then release it, whereas the hosts obviously present the awards. Now obviously most judges are also hosts because we have YouTube channels, so we host it as well, but just kind of a small little thing. And there is actually a time where there was a judge who wasn't a host, and you'll see that in a sec. So in 2016, of course, the judges were Nuclear Videos HD, Magnus Robert, Ted2001 and Lorcan the Hedgehog, and of course part 1, 2, 3, 4 were all on those channels. Then in 2017, this is kind of interesting, is the judges were Nuclear Videos HD, myself, Ted2001, Lorcan the Hedgehog, DTF128, who is now known, his channel is now just Dylan Fury. And also Sam the Happy Tapper. Now, Sam the Happy Tapper never actually uploaded a part. Of course, the parts were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But Sam the Happy Tapper, although he was a judge, but he never uploaded a part. This basically just means that he helped pick the nominees. But he was involved in 2017. And then 2018, of course, we had myself, Ted2001, Lorcan the Hedgehog, and Def Button, aka now he's known as Lion of the God. What's kind of interesting is actually this is the first year without Nuke, and if you notice the amount of nominees, if I just scroll up, it really was like, man, this award ceremony was really just kind of all Nuke. If you notice these numbers here for worst building, for example, 138, 172 it went up, and then we obviously lost Nuke in 2018, bam, 75, which is kind of sad because it was kind of cool when the awards was larger. That's not just Nuke, I don't think, but it's also to do with kind of the popularity of Tapped Out. But it obviously I do think Nuke is a factor, but it's kind of interesting. And then 2018, of course, the judges, I went through them. And in 2019, of course, the most recent year we've done it, the judges were, of course, Lorcan the Hedgehog, and then myself, and then Ted2001. So I don't know, I hope you enjoyed this little weird kind of thing that I did where I was bored. It's just kind of random, really. I don't know, tell me your thoughts on it, guys. Like I said, I was really, really bored, so, yeah, hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.